Oh my god, welcome back. If you're a subscriber, hey, I love you. If you're not, you're still pretty awesome, man. If you're a subscriber, you get awesome things like that. But seriously, guys, welcome back. If you guys are new to my channel, presumably from Reddit, getting ready to hear this awesome long story, welcome. If you guys are not new to my channel, this may seem a little bit different, but I'm about to do essentially a long story time for you guys because a lot of people are interested in this story, and I'm very excited to tell it. I don't get to tell it too often. Not a lot of people believe me, so I never get to tell this. But I have all the proof right in front of me, so I am very, very excited to be able to actually talk about this with someone believing me. Alright, where do we begin? I will start the story off where it started. I believe I was watching George Lopez on Nick at Night, and Nickelodeon was hosting a contest where essentially you'd have to call a number that they put on screen very quickly. I believe it was the first 5 people to get through would get entered into the Nick at Night contest, where if you took, it was the Nick at Night Ultimate Family Giveaway Sweepstakes. That's exactly what it was. I'm sorry. But if you won that contest, you would essentially get flown out to Los Angeles to be part of the Kids' Choice Awards. So, for me, I did this contest twice. I did it the year before and I lost, and I was really bummed out. And then the year after, I was kind of excited because I thought I figured out a trick to actually be able to win this contest. And that trick worked. And God, Nick at Night, or Nickelodeon, you are probably going to take everything away from me now because I'm a monster. But I realized that on that contest, when the number popped up, it was always a 1-800 number, no matter what. Like, anytime they ever did it, it was always a 1-800 number. So I pre-dialed 1-800 into the phone. Like, I don't know what made me do it. It sounds really small and stupid, but listen, it was a great trick because once that number popped up, it said 1-800 and then it was the number that was broadcasted. So I typed in the number and I was probably on hold for 45 minutes, and I was getting ready to hang up. I was still watching George Lopez at the time because I love that show. Jesus. But right as I was about to hang up, they picked up and they were like, thank you for, I don't remember the phone call exactly, but I believe it was like something along the lines of, thank you for entering, you are one of our 5 finalists, da-da-da. I didn't believe it. I was still kind of on the fence because to me, I just entered some contest and they just told me I might have won. They didn't even say I won. It was like, you are one out of our 5 runner-up, or one of our 5 runner-ups. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, I will make sure to, stay tuned, whatever. I gave him an email, gave him a phone number, didn't think anything else of it. Cut to, I want to say it was like 4 days later. Like, I was telling my mom about it, I was telling my dad about it, and they didn't believe me. No one believed me. So I'm sitting at the table, we're all eating breakfast. I had my friends stay the night, so it's me, one of my best, I have a lot of best friends, but I had 2 of my best friends were sitting at the table at the time, and one of them was like, we talked about it prior, I was like, if I win, I'll take you with me, like, we'll go. Again, just kids, I was 14, so I'm like making jokes, I'm like, oh yeah, like if I win, bruh. I finally, get a call back. I had a cell phone. I just got my cell phone. That was the one I used to actually call the number. I got a call from like a 1-800 number, some random number, and they told me, hey, we want to talk to your parents. You are one of the runners up of the contest, but we want to talk to your parents. I'm like, okay, cool, like whatever. So I gave the phone to my mom, and then they explained to my mom that there was five finalists, and I was one of them. Well, I actually only won because the girl that was supposed to go didn't pick up the phone. They couldn't get a hold of her, so they called her a couple times. This is what my mom told me, is they called her a couple times, she didn't pick up, they moved on, so they picked me. That's when my mom started believing it, and then the date started growing closer. But they they asked my mom for all this tax information, because this is you still get taxed for this trip because it's they give you like $1,000. They put you up in like a really fancy hotel. They pay for airfare. They pay for everything, like limos, food, anything you can think of. So my mom did all of the information. My best friend at the time, one of my best friends at the time, was super down. We got all of our airfare like situated. Everything was ready. My parents did not believe it until the last minute, and then like the last minute they said, "Hey, you're gonna come to the Detroit airport. I believe I have it. Yeah, it was. I'm gonna blank out the numbers so you guys can't see it, just because I don't want to kill. I don't want to get killed. Nickelodeon might kill me. But yeah, it was the depart the Detroit Metropolitan Airport. I live in Michigan. So we went down there. We went to the airport. We got our bags. They gave us cool little. Sounds really dumb, but they gave us cool little like orange Nickelodeon bag tags for it. But yeah, so then we went down, we got on the plane. Plane ride was crazily atrocious. I've been on a couple planes before. That was not their fault. That was purely us. But God, it was just a nightmare getting there. I wish it was better. I was super excited. I'm like, I'm gonna get the seat to myself. I got sat next to like some of the wildest people. Anyway, moving on. We get off the plane in Los Angeles, I believe. I believe that's where we landed at. I can actually tell you guys. I still got all of this stuff, by the way. Like, I held on to everything. Yeah, we landed in Los Angeles on March 25th? Is that when it was? Yeah, I believe, nope. I don't know, I think it was March 25th. I can't find the right receipt. Anyway, so we landed, actually, yeah, it was March 25th, I'm dumb, jeez. So we landed in Los Angeles, we got off, all of us at this point were like, they're just gonna abandon us, we're not really gonna, like, there's nothing gonna happen, huh? There was a giant dude standing, coolest guy in the world, by the way, with a giant sign that said my last name on it, and they were like, he was like the fancy, like the ones you see in like the movies and stuff like that. I don't come from a very rich upbringing, so you guys probably know this more than I, but it was a cool limo driver that had a sweet version of my last name on it. So we got in the limo. He, coolest guy in the world, talked about all the experiences in Los Angeles, like told us that he would be our driver for all of his time, like he showed us around Los Angeles, and then he dropped us off at our hotel in Santa Monica, which we stayed at the Fairmont in Santa Monica. But I don't know exactly. I can tell you guys one thing. It was right next to the boardwalk. Like legitimately, we walked to the boardwalk like the minute after they dropped us off at the hotel. Hotel was very fancy. Like it was like a couple just like definitely not like I grew up in a city, but like it was. Oh my God, I wanted to be sick of how fancy it was. It was beautiful. Everything was marble, everything was granite. It was just beautiful. Great place. And then 4 of the just most hillbilly looking family at the time. I did not look like this at the time. I looked like I grew up out of a Soulja Boy catalog. It was insane. But yeah, we all got there. We checked in. We went up. We got to our room. Room was super fancy, beautiful view, man. I mean, you could see the hotel pool, everything. It was super awesome. I know you guys want to hear the Kids' Choice Awards part, so I'll skip all the sightseeing and get directly to the Kids' Choice Awards. So, at the Kids' Choice Awards, we get to the front of the, playback. We left Fairmont. The limo took us to the Kids' Choice Awards staging area, where essentially all the fans and stuff would gather outside to see all the celebrities pulling in like their limos. Like before the Kids' Choice Awards carpet walk started. So essentially, you would go in this prep area with all these other celebrities. Like if you were a celebrity, mind you, I'm not a celebrity. So I show up and they're like all of these kids are super excited. Justin Bieber was just getting big at the time. And they seen a limo with blacked out windows and like Nobody knew what it was. Everyone's like, oh my god, brah, brah, brah. Open the door to, oh, it's me, everybody. Hi. And they're like, okay. Is Justin Bieber in the car? And I'm like, nope, it's Billy. And they were like, move. So anyway, we moved. And then they walked us. We had this very, very nice agent lady. I can't remember her name, but she walked us into the staging area where, mind you, I have anxiety. Just like every person on Earth. But, yeah, so I was supposed to be very excited. I thought I'd be very prepared. I was not. I walked in, I walk into this gated area. It's outside, but, like, all the fans are on the other side. Walk in, they're like, all right, like, go ahead and mingle, and, we'll start doing the carpet walks in just a few minutes. Don't worry about it. So I'm like, cool. I walk in. Every celebrity on Nickelodeon is just right in front of me. Just every one of them. Every single person. And I look like a giant doofus. Like, I'm just like, I am not ready for this situation. I'm like, okay. And my mom, who, like, my whole family and my best friend were very nervous. And then it flipped. Like, they were not nervous. And I was insanely nervous. I was like, holy shit. Like, every emotion inside of me was like, I am gonna sneeze on a celebrity, get sued, and lose my house. Like, not my parents' house, because I was 14, and I don't have my own house at that point. But, yeah, so I got to that point. In front of me was, the whole cast of iCarly was there. Like, every one of them was in front of me. Big Time Rush was on the right side, if I'm not mistaken. The celebrities I could see, I might get this wrong because it has been a while and not a lot of people ever believe me and I can never pull the proof out in front of people. But, yeah, like, so we had to wear these badges, but, I just wanted to show you guys so you believe me. Please believe me. But, yeah, in front of me there was, like, Jackie Chan, Will Smith, God, there was a lot. I'm trying to... Because the new Karate Kid movie was just coming out at the time, so those two were there. Jaden Smith, I think, was there. Justin Bieber didn't arrive just yet. That story we'll get into that one. So I move in. I start seeing all these people around. Yeah, I believe that's all the celebrities I could see at the time, because I was kind of star-dazed. Like, I was, like, in shock. I literally was so nervous. Yeah, so we walked in... We walked... Where did we walk? We walked into the area where the orange carpet was. And on the orange carpet, they had all these celebrities lined up. They had the big wall for everyone to take photos. They had all the paparazzi. Like, I was on the other side of the paparazzi, and I was very terrified. One experience I'll have, and I'll tell you guys, I was pissed. It was a great time, but there was some damn things that I was like, okay, whatever. I hate you people. There was this little girl that I think she was like an up-and-coming celebrity. I didn't know who she was, and I knew a lot of celebrities at the time. Like, I was like I could name a decent amount. I had no idea who she was. But we walked up on the carpet, and then she walked behind us, and then me and my family are all standing like on the carpet, and like we're moving and stuff, but like we're just... No one told us what to do. They just pushed us out on the carpet and said, go ahead, go walk. So we're all looking at each other. And then her agent, like, leaned in and was like, you need to get the fuck out of the way. And I'm like, woo, okay. Like, see ya. My dad, who was at the time, like, a natural, non-conversationalist, was like, okay, bitch. Like, whatever. We were like, okay. But we were super happy about it. So it wasn't like, we didn't care. We kind of just brushed it off. So we moved forward, and then that's when my mom... I love this part, because my mom was crazy at this moment. Will Smith was on the carpet in front of us. Like, he was reaching up to, like, touching the fans, because there was a little fan booth. And, granted, Will Smith is awesome. Like, I never have got to meet him in person, but Will Smith was talking to all the fans. That's all he was doing. And my mom was, like, yanking on his shoulder, or his elbow, to, like, get his attention, because she wanted him to talk to... Like, she was, you know, like, she's my mom. She just wanted She just wanted him to talk to us and us have a good experience. But he didn't want to talk. Like, he didn't want to talk to the people on the carpet because, you know, the kids are up in the stands. Like, he doesn't. He just thinks we're another celebrity or paparazzi. You know, he was actually very genuine, very nice. But yeah, we couldn't get his attention, so we just walked away. But I ended up, like, we ran to the Kids' Choice Awards. We ran off the carpet into the awards. The awards were just starting. We decided to watch it and sit down together. My dad, like, convinced me at the time. He was like, this is it, dude. Like, if you don't go back out on that carpet, this is the only chance you're gonna have to do it. My mom and my best friend were like, no, we're good. Like, we're just gonna stay. But my dad he finally convinced me, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it, man. Like, I screwed up the first time. Let's go have fun. So we walked back out on the carpet. This is when I had my awesome experience with Justin Bieber. My dad at the time, and Justin Bieber, if you hear this, you could probably kick my ass, hands down. But my dad was always one of those dads who was like you could take him, like just, you know, just joking around. And he's like, you could probably kick his ass. And he's walking up, and my dad says that like very audibly, but he's like walking right by us, and there's not enough room. Like, we're pushed up against like the gate, and it's Justin Bieber and his entourage. And me and Bieber were, like, this close, dude. Like, and I think that's what sparked the entourage to, like, bump me. Because, like, he walked by, and my dad said that. He was like, I think you could take him. And then the entourage caught that and was like, nope, and just boofed me. Like, not like that, but, like, they were walking in my way. So they just knocked me out of the way. And then I, like, tumbled. Like, I literally just, like, fell backwards into the fence. My dad, like, caught me, and I'm like... My dad just turns and he's like, what a dick. And, like, again, audibly, but didn't say anything. From there, we ran into, I believe, I want to say Victorious was just starting at that time. So I think I think Victoria Justice and part of her cast was there, but I think they were just starting. I don't recall that part very well. I can't remember, but I do remember Miranda Cosgrove was giving an interview. Nickelodeon used to have this video, but because it's so old, they deleted it. If anybody ever finds that from Reddit, like, if you guys find that video, it's an interview of Miranda Cosgrove, and then you'll see a real doofus-looking me in the background. But, yeah, like, she was, like, talking, and the carpet was, like, there wasn't that many people left, so it was, like, her, my dad, myself, and my dad was like, look up there, you can totally see her up there, and I was like, oh, that's cool, like, she's doing an interview. And, like, I was, like, trying to, like, because me at the time, I'm like, I'm gonna try to get her attention, man, like, I got this. And, like, I'm like, just being dopey. And then she looked, like, during the interview, like, she looked over and looked at me and my dad, and we're both like, holy shit, like, we're being, it was really weird, I don't know, but we were super excited to be acknowledged, I guess. That sounds sad. Acknowledge me, baby, please. Anyway, we walked back into the Kids' Choice Awards. The awards went on. We had really cool seats. It was awesome. That part was really cool. If you guys really want to know how that's like, watch the Kids' Choice Awards. I will jump to the next part real quick because I don't want to put you guys like way over. So at that point we started watching the Kids' Choice Awards wrap up. Like, it was the wrap up part. It was the part where they were ending it. So we're moving on, yada yada. We get to the part where we're leaving, and they mentioned an after show, but we didn't, or an after party, but we didn't see anything, and there was like one little tent. But the lady that gave us the tickets, like, as we're walking out, she's like, hey, where are you going? Like, are you gonna come to the after party? And we're like, oh fuck, well, we didn't. Yeah, let's go. And so we go to the after party, and it's like a giant indoor tent. And this is where my Redditors, man, y'all coming in for that Burger King party. I'm about to explain that to you right now. So we walk in, coolest thing in the world, man. Like, it looks like the ambiance of like a circus. Like, everything's dark, the lighting is dark, but it looks really cool. It's kind of like a mini club. But there's like a bunch of kids in there. It's like a bunch of kids, adults, yada yada. Like, it's for the kids. It's not like a let's get drunk and party. Like, now I would have been super bummed out to be there because there would have been no partying. But like back in the day, it was awesome. There was a bunch of like food stands and stuff, and we didn't eat all day. So we walked over to the stands, and it was just like a big booth. And they were like, hey, are you part of the after party? And we're like, yeah. And they were like, oh, then help yourselves. And it was literally just Burger King, just like chicken nuggets, Whoppers, fries. Like, me and my buddy were just going amazing. It was insane. And then they told us, yeah, like, help yourselves. You can take as much as you want. Well, not hitting on my California people, but everybody there just did not care. They were like, whatever, dude, and like, who cares? And literally the guy behind the stand was just like, you can literally take as much as you want. And we're like, okay, we will do that. And so me and my buddy, we ate, we kept taking turns eating from this Burger King bar, like just getting as much food as possible. And then we mingled. We ran into Terry Crews. I told that part on Reddit, if you guys read that. He was super cool. He was signing a bunch of autographs. I couldn't really muscle my way into him. But he did, like, he acknowledged us, and I think we got a picture with him. I don't remember. I have the picture of, the other, like, interaction. And going on to that interaction, Nathan Kress is his name. Jesus, I think. But Freddie from iCarly was the other one we ran into. He was really nice. He was super busy because iCarly was big at the time. So he took a quick photo with me. Worst photo in the world. If I can, I will add it here. It is terrible. I'm so sorry. I will never do this to you again. I was so scared. The lighting was bad. Yeah, we went from there. And then there was one celebrity. I mentioned it. But this lovely man said to me, he said, like, we walked up to him. He was a supporting character on a very famously great show on Nickelodeon. I don't want to name him because I don't want to be that guy, but like, so we walked up to him. I didn't even get a chance to say anything, dude. Like, I literally was just like I walked up to him. He didn't have anyone around him, so I was like, okay, cool, maybe he's okay to talk. Like, just like mention something because it was an after party. Well, he was standing there with a drink, like looking around like he wanted to talk to somebody. And I walked up and I'm like, hey, and he was like, busy. And I was like, okay, like legitimately, like he was just so shitty about it. And I'm not gonna name him, but yeah, it was super insane. And we just, like, he just walked away after that, and my whole thing of him just like went just like his career. I'm kidding. Okay, I gotta stop. That was mean. There's no reason for that. Anyway, yeah, the party wrapped. In the after party, it was pretty cool. We got to meet a lot of celebrities. Like, there was, I feel like I'm forgetting a lot of people. I think we actually did get to talk to Jackie Chan for like a second in the after party. I know that sounds really weird to like forget about, but it was just kind of a daze. Like, there was a lot of people. Yeah, and then my dad stole, oh, man. Oh, Nickelodeon, if you want to sue me, man, here we go. My dad, who, God rest his soul, he was an awesome man, but my dad grabbed the towel that, and sounds weird, but just hear me out. So the whole time I was like, we didn't get slimed. We didn't get to touch the slime. We didn't get to play with the slime. We didn't get to do anything. Like, we were so bummed out. That was the one thing we wanted to do. And obviously, they gave us so much. I didn't know, neither of us wanted to ask for that, but we didn't want to ask them, so we just left it. But my dad seen the little staging area, because the after party was next to, like, where all the celebrities were coming out. My dad seen it, and had seen a towel full of slime, and was like, I gotta grab this. So he yanked it, and then we got the towel, to later find out that we were like 99% sure that was the one, because like we didn't know it until my dad like showed it to me after, and he's like, I got this because like he's like, I know you wanted to see the slime, and swear to God there was like a face impression of what we thought was a woman, so we just assumed it at that point like it had to be Katy Perry because there was like one person who got like maced, and that was it. So we were joking that like he stole that's the towel he got, but it was crazy, man. Like, slime didn't get much, but it was cool. It was my dad was awesome for that, and I was so excited. But yeah, from there, man, like, it was one of the most awesome experiences I've ever had. I'm super available to answer any questions if you guys ever want to know. Like, I tried to answer as much as I could with this. Yeah. If you guys have any questions, if you guys want to know anything cool about it, I would love to tell you guys more about it. I tried to go as in detail as possible so you guys got the most that I knew about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy the video, please hit like. If you guys like this and you want more story time, I don't have any stories that maybe I'll find something. Here's my awesome, lovely passes. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I thank you guys on Reddit too, because you guys, I didn't know anybody was really interested in hearing about this, and I'm very excited that you were. So let me know if you guys want to hear more stories. Have a good day.